Can you believe that Halloween, once a solemn celebration with deep rooted traditions, has transformed into a major commercial holiday widely embraced in pop culture? Its journey to becoming a mainstream phenomenon is a fascinating tale of social change, marketing strategies, and the influence of media. Halloween's origins can be traced back to the ancient Celtic festival Samhain, celebrated on October 31st. It was believed that on this night, the boundary between the living and the dead was blurred, allowing spirits to roam the earth. For centuries, this tradition evolved, incorporating elements from various cultures, which would begin to change and reshape the holiday. However, it wasn't until the 20th century that Halloween began to take on its modern form, particularly in the United States. The commercialization of Halloween began in the early 1900s, largely driven by American consumer culture. By the 1920s and 30s, communities started organizing Halloween events, including parades and costume parties. These gatherings not only fostered a sense of community, but also opened doors for businesses to capitalize on the holiday. One of the more pivotal moments in Halloween's mainstreaming was the introduction of mass produced decorations and costumes. Companies began selling pre packaged costumes and decor, making it easier for families to participate in the festivities. The advent of synthetic materials allowed for more affordable and accessible costume options, contributing to the more widespread adoption, specifically within the United States. Some say that the major turning point for the holiday and its growth in popularity really took off due to media. In the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, the introduction of horror films and Halloween focused media helped the growth of Halloween. Horror films and family movies, the rise of slasher films in the late 1970s and early 80s laid the groundwork for Halloween's popularity. Iconic movies like Halloween in 1978 paved the way for sequels and new entries into the horror genre. By the late 80s and into the 90s, family friendly films began to emerge, balancing the horror narrative, making Halloween have a charming and unique perspective. Movies like Hocus Pocus from 1993, which became a cult classic and a Disney favorite, and Halloween Town, a Disney Channel original movie that appeared in 1998, began to make the connection to families that Halloween was not just a horror day, it was also a family friendly holiday where people could go out and enjoy themselves. It was around the 90s where Halloween began to create a new identity. It was focused on both kids and adults. Both could find joy and entertainment in the holiday, whether you liked haunted houses and the horror aspect or the more family friendly costume and candy aspect. Speaking of candy, another big reason for the growth of Halloween was the candy industry. Candy became more commercialized during the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, helping with the growth of Halloween. It laid the foundation for candy sales during this time period. Companies like Hershey's and Mars, with their creations like the M&M or the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, became Halloween staples. It became a holiday focused on getting candy. Kids focused on making routes where they could get the most candy. In recent years, candy companies have reportedly spent over $300 million in marketing during the Halloween season alone. This includes advertising campaigns, social media promotions, and eye-catching displays. Halloween is a key day for them. But besides candy, the growth of Halloween was also contributed to cartoons. Influential cartoons like It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown from 1966 became a beloved special that introduced themes of hope and belief and emphasized the joy of Halloween. Other cartoon characters like Mickey Mouse, who had various different Halloween-themed episodes, as well as Donald Duck, his partner in crime, having a Halloween episode with his nephews, helped the growth of Halloween in post-war America. If you grew up in the 1990s and early 2000s, you know The Simpsons played a key role in Halloween with their numerous Halloween specials called The Treehouse of Horror, which blended humor and horror, solidifying the presence on Halloween. Halloween over the decades has continued to grow, develop, and change, but in recent years, there are also concerns about the decline in trick or treating among modern children. One of the key reasons behind this was the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to this, kids did not trick or treat, and this would negatively impact children wanting to go around after the fact. Years following COVID, children did not want to go participate in trick or treating as they did not understand it because they didn't participate in the previous years. Almost 2 years of trick or treating was gone due to the virus. Also, there's been safety concerns with parents worrying about where their children are, as well as alternate celebrations have been created. Things like trunk or treat are now something that's done in communities, schools, and even religious affiliated places. And to be honest, children have digital entertainment today and they want to spend less time outside than ever before. All in all, Halloween is a key aspect of pop culture today. Its journey's been shaped by the commercialization, media influence, and the horror genre, as well as impacts from the outside of other things like theme parks and the entertainment industry. Its ancient origins still exist, but Halloween has changed and redeveloped so much. Let us know in the comments below if you love Halloween. What's the favorite costume you've ever had? Thanks so much for watching. We appreciate all of you. Thank you. Believable Truths.